Hi, this is Sean and we are live and talking about leadership today. The question is how do you become more confident as a leader? How can you be confident as a leader? I see this question popping up quite often with small business leaders, entrepreneurs, etc., and solopreneurs, and sometimes in corporate business leadership, and sometimes in ministry leadership. There's a struggle with confidence in their leadership. And you know, when you're not confident, then you begin to try and pull people around you that are less than you, or that you deem to be less than you, because that makes you prop you up and makes you feel more confident about who you are. Well, that's not the solution. That's not the answer to being more confident in leadership. I'd like to offer you just a few points that I think will really help you. Number one is that you need to know you. If you don't know you, if you don't know what you are about, then you'll never be confident in anything. Because if you don't know what your capacity is, if you don't know what your ability is, your strengths, what your value is, if you don't know what your edge is, and a number of other things about you, if you're not clear on who you are and what you can offer and what you are about, then you're always going to be struggling with confidence. You're always going to be feeling insecure and insufficient in every situation, because you're never sure if you've quite the right person, if you've presented yourself properly, etc. So the number one place to do is to do a real evaluation of who you are, and then get happy with who you are. Be happy with who you are, and know who you are, and be able to communicate who you are to others. So that's number one. Number two is you need to know your product or service. You cannot be offering something that you're not clear on. It takes an expert to find out what are you offering. What are its benefits? Not just its features, but what are its benefits? Why your product? Why your service? What makes it so great? What is its value? Then the third thing is your audience. Who are you talking to? You've got to be very clear on who they are, what their questions are, what their pain points are. Why would they want to listen to you? So all three of those things actually package it together in one package that gets you very clear in your communication to who, with the what, and why you. And that is three things that I really believe will really boost your confidence if you take time to develop those things. Now, each of those drills down quite deeply, but they're quite very important to know. So look at who you are, look at what are you offering, and then know who your target market is. What do they look like? What do they dream about? What do they think about? What do they need? Why do they need it? Where do they go? What do they? What is their preferences? What are their dislikes? You've got to know those things. What did they look like? And if you get those things, we're not talking about perfection. That's another point, is that sometimes we think if we're just perfect in all of these things, then you know what, then we will be, then everybody will listen to us. No, it's not perfection. It's knowing as much as you can, and you'll grow as in those things. You'll learn to know more, and you'll dig deeper. So what I often do is I sit with a business leader or a leader, and we look at those things. We dig a little deeper on how they can communicate that clearly to their market. So a number of other things, bonus points. My son came up with these. You've got to know your team. You've got to have the right team. So if you've got a team, you've got to onboard the right team, the team that can support you. But not only that, they've got to buy into a clear strategic plan. That you've got to have a strategy on how you're going to communicate and how you're going to deliver what you have to everybody. So you've got to have a clear strategy as well. And those are two very, very important bonus points as well. So you need a good team, and you need a good team to onboard with a good strategy that you have. So those are my points to build confidence in your leadership. Now, even if you're in ministry, or if you're in network marketing, leadership, business, you're a leader in every event, and all of those are offerings. The thing about it is that if you're in ministry, you've got to look at yourself and say, am I confident in what I'm presenting, in who I'm presenting? Do I know my product, what I'm teaching, and what my gifting is? Am I secure in my gifting? So those are points that are very, very important to you, and to having confidence in your leadership, to present yourself confidently and securely across the board.